still alive.
This little guy is in real trouble. Unfortunately, this is not the only kidding season trial we're fixing to face. For now, we just need to keep him under the heater, try to get him warm, and get him home as soon as we can. His life literally depends on it.
We're setting up in our mud room to bring that little goat in here. We're gonna put him in this tub. I'm warming up a towel in the dryer right now that I'm gonna wrap him up in the towel, put him under the light, and then I mixed up electrolytes, which was 2 cups of water, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of honey. But in case he's hypoglycemic, I'm also gonna put a little Karo syrup on his gums, or just poke it in his mouth, because I have it, and why not? We're gonna just try everything. And I've done this in the past and it worked, and sometimes, within a day they're revived. So I don't know. I've had baby goats this close to death before and got them going again, and I've also lost them. So we'll just have to wait and see how he responds.
Okay, the transfer is done. Well, I just happened to be driving by the goats, and I had a doeling that was having a little bit of trouble with the baby having it, and so I stopped and helped her, and it was fairly easy. So you don't ever know what to do with that. Normally I'd just walk away, but she looked like she wasn't trying anymore, or she was just laying up and legs were hanging out. So I went ahead and stopped and slipped down and got it pulled. And of course, when I got it pulled, she just got up and started trying to get out of there. So I kept trying to get it over in front of her. So now I'm sitting here trying to see if she's taking care of the baby. It just happened probably 3 minutes ago, and I'm just wanting to make sure that she is doing what she's supposed to do. Normally I would just keep right on driving, but I kind of keep an eye a little bit on the doelings. I watch for them just to make sure they're not having any trouble. I think she probably could have had it if she would have tried, because it wasn't very difficult to pull it. It wasn't like Rocky last year on that one where she was laid down and pushing, and she'd been pushing for a while. She was out of gas. But you don't ever know. So I did what I did. I'm going to check it now and see what's going on. If she hasn't taken care of it yet, I'm going to go ahead and go down there and grab it, bring it up here, and I'm going to isolate him in this little pen right here and give her a chance to settle down and clean him up. Lisa's at the house taking care of that little black and white baby. I need to call her and see if she has just a minute to come and help me get this one started.
Hello. Okay. Yeah, let me finish up here. I'm almost done. Okay. Bye. I'm gonna put this in with him under the light so that I can just monitor and make sure he's not getting too hot. I don't want it to fry him in this little tub, but as soon as I can get him perked back up, and I mean, get some real life back in him, where he's trying to take a bottle and all that, I'll get him back outside and into the normal temperatures that a goat would be in right now, and get him back closer to nature than to have him in a tub in my house under a heat lamp, wrapped in a blanket, all of that. So right now we just hope he makes it. I'll leave him alone to rest while I go help Brett. So what's going on?
Well, that nanny in there's back end is weak. I think we need to just see if I can get it up and see if the baby will just nurse on its own.
Okay. All right, yeah. Let's try.
Oh, she had a hard time. Remember the other one, honey?
Oh, poor little leg.
Come on, let's do that. Let me get up, sweetheart. I don't know if she can stand Lisa like that. I know I can't bend over like this very long.
I can only do so much here.
It takes them a while to figure it out.
Okay, let me get something. We realized immediately that this baby can't stand up on his front legs, so they both have their own challenges. I milked a goat, and, well, hang on.
There's the remnants of it.
I don't want to touch it. I milked her into this bottle, and then, but that baby wouldn't drink out of a bottle, so I sucked it up into the syringe, and I got at least 12 mils in the baby. And that baby's down there trying to nurse right now even, but she or he just doesn't quite know what to do yet. They should. It's nature, but it doesn't. This was colostrum, and I read in our goat book that they needed to have it as soon as possible, ideally within the first 2 to 4 hours. After 24 hours, something about their intestines lose the ability to get the antibodies from the mom. Brett wants to call this little guy white chocolate. Okay. Back to this little guy. It's been about an hour, and I'm just checking in on him. He's breathing. Now his eyes are closed. I feel like he's more comfortable now. We'll see. I'm going to try and get some more electrolytes in him. Just dribble him in. He might need braces. I'm probably going to move the light up a little because it's pretty warm. You know, we just won't know. We won't know until later today or even tomorrow.
Well, I found another baby. We'll try and nurse him back to health. I don't know why you just... Here, let's put that back forward there. There you go. Come on, little britches.
Just like all of them, I'll just try and start him slowly with electrolytes and keep him warm and see how he progresses. We need to go see how White Chocolate and his mom are doing. Look who we brought to the house. It's easier to keep an eye on them here than out in the pens where they were. Mama's getting stronger and she can stand longer now. But White Chocolate is a spaz. He's gotten a lot stronger, but he's not figured out this whole nursing thing yet. And he tries frantically, but he's not in the right spot, and he just can't seem to make contact. I'm going to step in and help him try to figure it out, and I'm going to bottle him a little bit if I need to, just to make sure that he's getting enough. This mom is so good, and she's so patient. Good job. Good job. Look at success. Look at you. Let's go check on little britches. He's clearly not sucking out of this bottle, but I realized that it drips when I tilt it, so it's easier to let it drip in his mouth than to use that little syringe. He's swallowing it. It's only been a few hours since Brett brought him home, but he seems to be improving a little bit. We'll keep checking on him throughout the day.
Hello?
Hey, I found another one that's really, really thin, and it looks like it's probably been abandoned or just lost its mom or something like that.
Oh,
If you don't care, I think I'm going to bring it home and see if you can't maybe get it going.
okay. Yeah, I'm here. I'll get a bottle ready.
Oh, hello, lovey. You need a new mama, don't you? Would you look at what else Brett brought home? She had a difficult birth with twins that were both dead, and her back legs won't work any better than White Chocolate's mama. I guess Brett will work with her, try to get her back up as soon as possible. She's a good candidate to be a surrogate to someone. Oh, speaking of that, I need to check on Little Britches in the garage. Oh, this is powered off. I got all that. Did you look at that baby? He's standing up. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. He needs a new mama.
We used that bucket to try and help her keep her middle up a little bit, where she wouldn't have to use all of her muscles to lift herself up. She was more or less kind of paralyzed on that back end.
Just stand. There you go.
So we've been working
There
with
you
her
go.
on the bucket, and it's just been a slow process. Kind of got her halfway is what it did. It kept her halfway, and so it made it a little easier for her to stand. So we started with that, and then we've slowly just kind of been doing it more and more and more and more, and literally this is the first time that she's stood and eaten. And don't you know that she has got to be feeling better?
Once this nanny is strong enough and can stand up well, and Lovey and Little Britches bond with her, they'll all three go back out with a big herd. White Chocolate and his mom are both doing much better. They really don't need any help now, except that Brett will move their pen to fresh grass every day, but they'll be going back out with a big herd really soon. The bottom line is that when your goats are kidding, you're going to have trials. You just have to do your best to intervene when necessary and know that it's not always going to turn out the way that you want it to. But when it does, it will put a smile on your face.